Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and this week we have a really strange event for Idle Heroes, but it could be good or it might be terrible. It really depends on how your luck ends up, but there is one particular aspect of this event that is absolutely flipping fantastic, so make sure you stay tuned to catch all the important stuff, because there's a very good chance you might mess this event up, because there's weird things in this that if you do it just right, will get you some incredibly good rewards. Anyway, before we talk about all that, let me tell you about Patreon. Patreon's a way you can support the content I make financially and also get some rewards for yourself in return. This week, Say What decided to back me, so a huge thank you to you. And if you want to be like Say What and potentially get yourself some account reviews, join us on Patreon using that link up there, and be sure to join our Discord, which you can find in the description down below, and account reviews happen on Tuesdays. A lot of people accidentally miss them and get annoyed and be like, dang it, why did I miss Tuesday streams? Tuesday streams are really important. You want to find our Twitch? It's twitch.tv/MKxJUMP. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this week's event for Idle Heroes, because I'm telling you, it's a pretty interesting one. And we've got a new hero as well, who I'm going to be talking about in a future video, but people will be asking, is he good? Well, it depends. Alrighty, so every single day for logging in, you know the drill by now, it's heroic summons, so we get 3 of these and 150 gems. Very standard stuff, log in every single day. These gems are going to be pretty important. There's a lot of gemmy stuff that you have to do this week, which I will say is really irritating, because we just had a massive gem box event last week. It almost feels like DH Games are trying to spite us, because it's like, oh, did you use all your gems last week? Well, we've given you more gem things to spend on. Before we take a look at that, let's go to the cool events and take a look at this week's rewards. So there's Palace of Eternity. This will allow you to swap either Freya, Mockman, Eos, Holmesyoung, or Natasha for a copy of the brand new hero who is called Azrael. And he's an undead hero from the Shadow faction. Very cool, has a resurrection mechanic like Carry, deals a ton of damage to people, including himself. Weird, but it's actually kind of awesome. So I'll be talking about him tomorrow and how you can possibly use him in both a PvP and PvE setting. I'm going to talk about how he could potentially mix things up in the Idle Heroes 10-star Cup, if you've been keeping with that. By the way, more series of that coming out soon. In fact, we have more videos coming, so hit the subscribe button. And yeah, it's just a really fascinating hero, and yeah, my next upload will definitely be a video discussing him, so that's probably going to be about 8 hours, 9 hours time. Let me sleep first, and then I'll make the video. Right, Palace of Crystal. How does this all work? Right, you might have noticed these Eternity Crystals are the things you need to swap this, so take a look here. I've got a Mockman, so yeah, that's going to cost 10 to swap him. Not going to do that, by the way, that'd be silly. But if you want to get these things, you need to get them through using heroic summon scrolls. So if you do 400, 800, 1200, you get the idea. Every 400, you get 5. And you'll see below, locked in this special little thing, you'll get an additional 15. Now, to unlock that, you have to buy a $100 package, which is, yeah, it's very expensive. But, you know, maybe you just want to spend some money. Maybe you've got some spare cash. Maybe your mum just gave you a little bursary for Christmas. Who knows? Either way, Christmas? What? No, well, it's winter in Australia. Do you celebrate Christmas at the wrong time? No, you don't, but who knows? Second Christmas. It doesn't matter. Either way, you can get some of these starry, eternal crystal things and use them to cash yourself in a hero copy, which is, yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Not a lot of us, you know, you don't really need to go chase this hero immediately. However, that said, he will be made Transcendent, so spoiler alert, he will be the next Transcendence hero, which could be interesting for how the game progresses. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it's going to be our first resurrecting Transcendence hero. Let's break the game some more, shall we? Quite looking forward to seeing what that ends up doing. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the hero lottery. If you get a copy of the hero, you get 4-star gear, very standard stuff, and summon prizes will get you the usual things. Profit orbs, scrolls, more profit orbs, more scrolls, and ooh, a copy of Cruise for 200. Isn't that lovely? And as well, you get profit orbs, soul symbols, and a core. You get a copy of the new hero for 400, and 500 gets you the usual 15 glorious relics and a core of Transcendence. In addition, every single time you do 100 scrolls, so this one's split up here between 50 and 10, you will get 5 of these pearl earrings, and these pearl earrings can be used in exchange for rewards. So we'll take a look at what they get you a little later on. The hero exchange event is absolutely terrible. I moaned about this last week. It's It's stupid. Why are we getting Aspen and Asmodel when they're already in the shop for what, a 10% discount? Come on, that's just insulting. And to make matters worse, I'm just going to show you right now, Shelter Mission, it's the same thing. It's Aspen and Asmodel again. Now, granted, next week's Shelter Mission does give us Rogan and Ignis, who are fantastic, and it gives us good tenants like Onkiramara and Fiona, if you're building Sword Flash. But you know what? No, screw this. I don't want Aspen and Asmodel. I want fun Light and Dark heroes, and they're not fun, they're boring. So yeah, big sad. But it seems now officially Extra Drop Carnival is going to be the mysterious artifact selection chest, so that's good. And Imps Adventure, well, you roll dice, you get prizes. Anyway, let's go back to the actual event itself. So, well, that's us done with the cool event. Let's look at the Undersea exploration. So this is where stuff gets weird. First thing you'll see is this. Yeah, that's my impression as well. What the heck's going on? Basically, the currency that you can get, which is this little shell token thing here, it's called, I think, an ocean coin? Yeah, an ocean coin. You can spend 10 of them to move to this first area. That's going to get you Heroic Summon Scrolls. Use 10 again. That's going to get you 6-star Puppet Selection Chests. And then you use 10 again, and that gets you to the Road Fork. Now, getting here is going to get you an Imminent Hero Selection Chest, so that's nice. But then you spend 15 to randomly go in one of 3 directions. And who doesn't love randomness? Me. I don't like the idea that this event could potentially screw you over or make you win, which is wild. So if you spend this 15 right here, there is a chance you could just get 45 ocean coins, and then you spin again and you get yourself a different direction. So it's like, oh, maybe we can go get these gems here. And then would you continue going this way? Well, probably not, because if you're a low spender or a free-to-play player, you'll probably want to try and go this way, which gets you the limited skin chest. So that's meh. 9-star light puppet. Okay. And then here, ooh, look at that. This is good, because this gets you an artifact chest, and we like artifact chests. They're very nice. However, if you were after this, which is, oh, look at that, you can get some sublimation essence, you would actually probably be better going on the bottom row, unless, of course, you could complete this in multiple different ways, because you could get an artifact from this middle of the road place, and then keep going to go and grab, oh, look at that, cause sublimation stuff. So there's a potential chance that you can pick up some really good stuff here on this event, or you just decide not to get involved and skip. So is it worth it? Well, those of you that can do maths will realize you have to do 10, 20, and 30 to get to this point here. You get 45 back for free, but you have to do 15 to spin, so that's potentially going to get you everything back, but then you need to do 15 again to get a different zone. Basically, if you spend all 15 here in this area, it won't cost you anything because you get the 45 back, or it's going to cost you 30 to get you the path you want and to get this place unlocked, so you actually profit 15. So it's basically about high rolling or low rolling, and then you're going to spend 10 and go here, 10 and go here, and 10 and go here, and that's going to cost you ultimately, in the lowest possible sense, either 60 or 75 of these coins, depending on whether you high roll, and then ta-da, you'll get yourself the mysterious chest. So how do we get 60 or 75 of these things? Well, say hello to the Call of Siren. This is where we can cash in 2 different currencies. Those earrings we saw earlier, and these things up here, which are, I think they're called ocean necklaces. Cashing these in will get you the following rewards. An ocean necklace gets you some really cool stuff. You can get Prophet Orbs, Heroic Summon Scrolls, you can get Orange Artifact Fragments, Universal Skin Shards, etc. Or if you cash in the Pearl Earrings, you can get yourself Gold, Spirit, you can get some Dust. Also, there's cool stuff here like Celestial Island Resources, Stellar Shards, and Crystals of Transcendence, and then potentially Guild Coins too. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can pick up. Monster Parts is a bit of a low roll. Promotion Stones, they might be good for you, but generally it's a bit of a mixed bag depending on what your account is like, because very, very different struggles happen depending on what kind of player you are. So some of these will be worth it, some of these won't, and that will be very subjective from player to player. You know what you're after. They're here. It's all random anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The key important thing about all this is if you use these necklaces, you will happen to get an ocean coin, those things that you use to progress here. If you use the earrings, there's a 50% chance you get an ocean coin. The maximum number of ocean coins you can get from here is 75. 75 was, if you remember, what you needed to get to this point. So there's no other way to obtain ocean coins as a free-to-play or budget player. And that is exactly how you will be making your way through to this point over here at the end, is through spending, right? To go anywhere further here, it's spend, 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 spend. Most places you shouldn't expect to have to spend to get here, but there will be things required of you. And that's the ways you pick up the earrings, which was Heroic Summon Scrolls, or the necklaces, which is unfortunately, folks, going to be gems. This gem area here, first of all, actually looks pretty good. You go ahead and you can For 1,000 gems, you can get a Core of Transcendence and Heroic Summon Scrolls. That's fantastic. For 3,500, again, 20 Heroic Summon Scrolls, 2 Cores of Transcendence, and ooh, let's get 5 of these Ocean Necklaces. That feels like good value. Keep on going, more good value, right? 6,000 is going to get you Heroic Summon Scrolls and Cores of Transcendence. That's fantastic. So you want all of those things because you're getting the Ocean Necklaces as you go. But it starts getting expensive. 15 Ocean Necklaces is 7,500. 20 is 13,000 for some reason. And then 25, it's like, oh, let's just be stupid. 20,000 gems. You can, if you really want to, go ahead and buy all of these, and that's going to get you 75 necklaces, which you can go ahead and cash in, and congratulations, you should get to this point where you get an artifact. As well, if you choose to buy this package down here, which gives 20 ocean coins for 50 bucks, you can actually get to 95, and 95 is what you need to do this bottom area down here. So if you look, it's 10, 20 to get to here, 30 to get to there. Doing all of those things is going to get you 45 back, so it's going to cost you nothing, and then you do another 10, which is 40, another 10, which is 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. So you can get to this endpoint here, which has Essence Sublimation, by buying that $50 package. So potentially you could look at it with a positive light, where if you were willing to spend thousands and thousands of gems and you wanted to go ahead and use no Heroic Summon Scrolls whatsoever, you could in theory buy that package, spend 50,000 gems, that's right, it's 50,000 to purchase all of this stuff, and congratulations guys, you get to walk away a winner with Essence Sublimation stuff. You, of course, don't get an artifact from doing that, though, so just be warned. If you do want an artifact, and that's absolutely what you're after, just get to 75 and go up and along here, and don't buy that thing. But obviously, that requires you to spend 50,000 gems. The other way to get those things, don't forget, though, is through these Pearl Earrings, which you can get through Heroic Summon Scrolls. So every 100 Heroic Summons you do will get you 5 Pearl Earrings, and there is a 50% chance, 50% chance that you can get ocean coins from them. So let's say you did 1,000 Heroic Summons, which is typically the number you'd expect to have to use to get an artifact. What do you get in return? Well, you're going to get 50 earrings. So you should probably expect to get 25 ocean coins. So you're still going to have to go ahead, unfortunately, and spend thousands and thousands and thousands of gems. So if your only route to go ahead and pick up this artifact is to spend 1,000 Heroic Summon Scrolls, I would be very reluctant to do so, because there will be events in the future, like Black Friday, like Christmas, like Halloween, that will ask you to use Heroic Summon Scrolls, and you're going to get way better valuable rewards from those scrolls. So I don't feel comfortable using scrolls this event, if I'm honest, because it's a gamble, first of all. So those Pearl Earrings say that it's a 50% chance, but you could get high rolly, you could get low rolly, who knows? So I don't really like the idea of gambling here. I think it's either you've got the gems or you don't, in my opinion. Some of you may disagree, some of you may use your scrolls, but be prepared for the gamble. So what can I say about that? Well, there is a chance that it only costs you 60, right? Because you do 15, you get your 45 back, and then you do another 15 to unlock this area up here, and you've profited 15 from this zone over here. And then you can just keep on going. In that case, you're only going to need 60, so it will cost you less. You can actually save, I mean, you'll save thousands of gems. You'll save 7,500 gems if you high roll, and also choose to do 1,000 Heroic Summon Scrolls. But here's the problem. You have to get the ocean coins in the first place to know if you've high rolled. So you need 45 ocean coins to be in a position to even high roll in the first place, which you have to obtain by using your scrolls and using your gems. So to even try high roll on this event, you have to commit first, which is awful. So either way, you're either going to high roll and save, or you're going to high roll and lose out. But I wouldn't even try and commit to this event unless I was willing to go in with 30,000 gems and 1,000 scrolls, or 50,000 gems. So just be prepared to get diddled, because you might end up being forced to spend the max to get this artifact, and it could cost you a lot. Generally, though, you do get good value from these necklaces. Don't forget, they are giving you profit orbs, they're giving you scrolls, so you are getting something in return as value for doing this. So actually, it does feel like okay progress if you have the gems. But remember how last week used all our gems in those mysterious chests? Well, you're going to be kicking yourself if you spent 40,000 on the mysterious artifact. Let's just say that. Anyway, let's move on to this whirlpool. You've probably been looking at this thinking, what the heck is it? MK keeps clicking on it. What does it do? Well, this is basically the silliest and most fantastic thing DH Games have ever added to an event. It is stupid, I will say that as a fact, but the most important thing is this sentence up here. If you reach 20 exploration points, you get a treasure blessing on the next throw, Well, how does this work? What we do is we click this plus, and you can put in anything you like. So let me go, for example, and throw in a copy of Bade, because who wouldn't want to throw Bade into a whirlpool? So we're going to throw in Bade. Watch what happens. Bade goes in, and out pops 2 chests. One of these chests contains nothing. The other one contains 2 Bades. So there is a chance I double my Bades, or there's a chance I get nothing. This is roulette. It's going all in on black. So what do we get from this chest? Ta-da! I high rolled. I got double Bade. And that gets me 2 exploration points. If I'd have guessed the wrong chest, I would have only got 1 exploration chest. And when you finally get to 20, you, believe it or not, get a guaranteed chest option, where you get 1 chest that contains the thing you put in, 1 chest that contains 2 of the thing you put in, and 1 chest that contains 3 of the things you put in. And what's even more wild is you're allowed to put 9-star dummies in this thing. So you could potentially double or triple your 9-star dummies. And you might be thinking, wow, MK, that sounds great. Well, folks, it gets even better than that. You could do it with 6-star armor. You could do it with class-specific armor. But you know, it gets even better than that. You can put in star spawn cores. You could, in theory, put 5 star spawn cores in there and get a potential double or triple the amount of star spawn cores. In addition, you can put in 20 masters toolboxes and get double or triple. So free-to-play players, that might be something worth considering. But I think the big value here is if you're even a spender, 5 star spawn cores just seems too good to potentially say no to and get double or triple off. Now, sure, you might get it back in a low roll, but who cares? You get that guaranteed treasure blessing, so it's worth the risk. You could do, if you're feeling gnarly and you're an early player and you don't have those star things though, use a 9-star puppet, which you should hopefully be able to pick up this event. Either way, there's some really cool doubles up you can do here. Now, you have to do this 3 times a day, so make sure you're putting in stuff. And if you're really scared about gambling things, you can literally put in crappy artifacts like this and just throw that in because you're too afraid of, you know, potentially getting the wrong chest. You click on here. What do I get? Oh, there you go. I doubled up on the artifact again. I actually high rolled. That's nice. But I was expecting to lose that time. But basically, you put it in, and it could be crap. As long as you're doing it 3 times a day, you should definitely get to this point where you get to 20, and then you're done, right? Congratulations, you get your double bonus. Put in your 5-star spawn cores or whatever you want to put in there, and potentially high roll. So that's really neat. And yeah, that is this event. As I've said, this package is pretty cool. We've got a new skin for Jara. This gives damage reduction, attack, and speed. So this is great. It's a nice speedy one, and damage reduction is good. So yeah, we've got a lot of good selections with Jara skins now. One has crit damage. They're all pretty cool things. Speed is the big thing here, though. Speed is the one that makes this a particularly unique skin, as no other Jara skins give speed. So big fan of that one. It's festival limited as well, and we'll probably have some interesting bonds. So yeah, overall, can't complain about this event too hard, apart from the fact that it's going to be very, very gem expensive, and here is really only the place you want to get to. If you do plan on whaling and spending a ton of money, you can get Core of Origin shards from here. I arguably don't recommend it, but you are picking up a ton of stuff if you choose to, because there's 10-star puppets dotted around, there's 9-star puppets, there's Stellar shards, there's Crystals of Transcendence, there's Master's Toolboxes everywhere, and there's even in here even more rewards, so you can get a Core of Origin from there, you can get a Core of Origin from, not from here, but you can get a Core of Origin from here as well. So you can potentially get 2 Core of Origins from here, loads of Spirit Essence, loads of Essence Sublimation. There's loads of stuff you can pick up if you wanted to whale, but you don't have to. It is quite a confusing event, and I wouldn't be surprised if you just wanted to keep it simple and walk away with just an artifact. Some people may even look at this event and not want to do anything at all, and I totally understand, because it requires using gems, which you might not want to spend, and scrolls for a potential gamble, and forcing you to use gems with scrolls is bad. I will just say that straight up. Good heroic summon events don't do that. Good heroic summon events will give you an artifact from 1,000 scrolls without having to commit that many gems. So do not look at this event as an opportunity to use your scrolls. If that is what your mindset is as a free-to-play player, I would argue wait for a better event down the line, such as Black Friday, Christmas, Halloween, or even Chinese New Year, which will all be happening over the coming months. So hopefully that's given you some advice about this event. The one thing you're probably wondering, is the new hero any good? Well, a little teaser before my video, which is going to be coming out later today. He's a hero that, honestly, I think is really, really interesting. He's got very, very high health, very high attack, much higher than other heroes in his faction, and he comes in at 12-12 speed. And 12-12 speed is a very, very clever choice by DH Games because most assassins come in at 12-32, but after a 10-star Rogan buff, he is then at 12-32, right? Because he gets that additional 20 speed, so he's technically that fast, but they have made him slower so he's not getting too overpowered when it comes to speed from a Rogan, but that's really not going to matter in PvP too much. I think it's too little too late, unless it's the IHXC, because in the IHXC, speed is actually something that can be capped. So yeah, actually really cool that this hero is going to be functionally fascinating in the Idle Heroes 10-star Cup, but other than that, he's got some crazy abilities that we'll talk about tomorrow, but look at that. Deals 1600% of attack damage to self. What does that do? Well, I'm going to hide it now so that you can't get too excited about it, but trust me, he seems pretty cool, but not necessarily overpowered. If you want to catch more content from me, hit that subscribe button. If you want more event reviews, same thing. And if you want to join me live, you can find my content at twitch.tv/MKxJUMP. I hope you enjoy this event. I'll see you in the next one, and have a fantastic week. Happy idling!